Jamais la musique n'a circulé de manière aussi fluide, ignorant les frontières et la distance. De Rio à Berlin, tout se mélange, tout fusionne, tout se métisse. Bienvenue dans le Soundsystem planétaire.
A friend of Bob Dylan's, Hamza El-Din, in the area close to Egypt, he famously said, "Why is Bob Dylan's music called just music, and why is my music called world music?" There's no reason. We both played the music that we grew up with from our childhood, from the city, from our people, from our culture. And I play, apparently, world music, and Bob Dylan doesn't.
You know, it was a term that was invented in the mid-80s by some marketing guys in order to market music that is coming from outside of Europe. So it's a very, you know, Western, white people kind of term, and it's, of course, it's finished, you know, it's not relevant anymore. In the early 2000s, when the whole electronic music started to look to the past for inspiration, to disco and rock music, and for me it was really boring, you know, I thought there must be something new. For me, when I first heard Baile Funk, I was blown away because it was so powerful, it was so energetic, it's full of samples, and it's full of rapping. It's the MC and the DJ who are in the center of the music. And in the lyrics, they talk a lot about sex, but they also talk a lot about the everyday experiences in the favelas. It's a kind of, you know, favela CNN. This was a CD I released in 2004. It became a big international success. All the major names in Baile Funk were released on Man recordings. Every year you had like a new local sound coming up. It was remixed by guys from Europe or the US. It has been a steady wave of local sounds that have appeared over the last 10 years, more or less. And this trend hasn't stopped.
I'm Isa GT. I'm an artist from Colombia. I grew up listening to boleros and Cuban music and salsa. I mix a lot of influences in my music. I could not say who started this kind of global bass name, tropical bass. I think there was this time when like, all these blogs were about, and lots of people started posting remixes and started to just play around with things, and it took shape.
This whole music genre that is called tropical bass is really like a kind of a bastard child of the internet age. Without the internet, this wouldn't happen.
People talk about world music 2.0 these days, you know, with the global bass movement. People are definitely waking up, you know, little by little, very slowly, to music from the global south. Of the best dance music is from the global south, is from Africa, is from the Middle East. In terms of music, in terms of dance music and electronic music, from all these influences from the global south, I mean, not only people's exposure to global bass and tropical bass, but even in, you know, Western music, these influences are coming through. So you hear bass music producers in Chicago or in Paris, or, you know, having these rhythms incorporated into their production. You
see Chris Brown trying to dance like the dance in Ghana, you're like, oh my gosh, you know? You see Beyonce dancing like a South African guy. You see like American kids try to, you know, dance or dress like there in Soweto, you know, and you see Vampire Weekend using the Maskandi guitars like in their song. You know, wow, everything just changed, it just switched. So there's definitely a lot of influence that has happened over the years, and because of the accessibility, which is helped by the internet, really influences that of how people view, you know, certain situations, how they view Africa. It's really, really fascinating. It's a new era. It's the worldwide sound system.
I think, you know, in a way, music is kind of a visionary medium that already now shows us how a global society in the future can sound like, you know, that it's polylingual and also a polycultural pop culture that will develop in the next couple of decades.